Yeah, thank you. Great response. To kind of lead to the next question, I think one thing Ryan and I both agree on is that we're not really here to cut down or criticize other people in this marketing space. We actually really value all the contributions that other companies make in this space. That being said, what do you think makes DispoJoy stand apart or stand out when compared to other people in this space?
Yeah, that's a great question. We've a guy asked that question at the trade show out in Boston, the NECAN event last weekend. Like what separates like why should we work with you? Right? What's your pitch? And a lot of the times my pitch is like, well, I mean, you probably shouldn't, right? And they're like, so they're taken aback by that. Like, well, you probably shouldn't, to be honest with you, because for us, what we're doing at DispoJoy as a texting platform and a managed service, we can't work with everybody. We just can't. There's no way we can work with hundreds of dispensaries, because in order to make texting work, like I mentioned earlier, it has to be curated. It has to be tested. It has to put in like manual effort. A text to 20,000 people, like a blast, that can take up to an hour of throughput. That can take up to an hour to go all the way completed. If you're not hand-holding that content all the way through, maybe pausing the campaign in the middle of it when you see deliverability rates have dropped a little bit, right? If we're not maintaining a 95% deliverability rate, I'll pause it and I'll start again, and I'll change the ad, and then I'll resume sending to the rest of the people, knowing that, okay, if I keep going, more, maybe it's 90, maybe it's 85, maybe it's 80% deliverability overall at the end. I don't want that. I want to make sure all these guys get the message. And so little things like that, where rather than saying we're the best, well, we're not. We have the most data. We don't have all these things, these bells and whistles that maybe others in the space do. But the work we're doing, as we're probably the only company in the industry that's doing texting and managing the texting at the same time. That's what makes DispoJoy unique. Because rather than saying, hey, click a button and hope it works, that's not how this game goes right now. If you're clicking a button and you're hoping that it's going to work, it's not going to work. That's not how this is. Like, you won't be able to have the maximum opportunity to get the most text delivered if you do that. And that's not to say that the companies out there that have that, ultimately, that's a problem for them, because it can always adapt to things. Things are always changing in cannabis, and you have to be open to that. Things could get worse, things could get better, and that's just the nature of our business. But for right now, in this moment in time, if a business is struggling to get text delivered, it's partly because they might need a service that is just going to do it for them and make sure that it works and do what it takes to get it to work.